he enjoyed a good life there in Echo Alpha for a few years. He worked very, very hard here in Echo India. And I don't think you kind of get rewarded in your retirement here. I know farmers don't anyway. Okay, Dave, listen, thanks. I must back out of here and get something done. And many thanks. Sure, we might catch you later on there during the day. I have to hit up into Nina there, and possibly as far as Roscrea and the Bloomin' alternator gave up on the Jeep yesterday, and it's discharging more than it's charging the battery. I put in a fully charged battery and it starts no bother. But just leave it running for an hour or so and it won't start anymore, so that shouldn't happen. Even if the alternator wasn't charging, the battery should still have power to start up. So there's something discharging the battery very, very quickly anyway. So we have to get on and get that sorted. It's very hard to get anyone to do anything over here. Mechanics are getting very scarce. And it would be a good trade or a good apprenticeship for any young lad or any young lady indeed starting out because there's huge demand. But there you go. Thanks for the shout, Dave. We'll catch you further down, maybe later on some band there. And if you ever want to look me up there, if things are looking, if you just check on my QRZ page, it usually tells if I'm on air and what frequency. Have a good day, Dave, and we catch you further down and we just listen for you finally, EI3GRB.
Yeah, Echo India 3 Golf Romeo Bravo EA5JNM. Yeah, we have John by frequency there if you want to give him a shout before you go, Bob. Oscar November 8 Echo India just called in there, Bob. But yeah, I hope that's not too expensive there with the alternator, and hopefully it's something small there. Maybe just became unslipped. Hopefully there. But yeah, he had an issue there with one of the bigger bikes. Had to remove the battery, and they'd hidden the battery in behind the front headlight, the lubricants. He had to take the whole fairing off the bike and everything there, Bob. But yeah, no worries, and fine on the lack of mechanics there. Yeah, it's a bit too much like hard work, I suppose, the garage work there. So yeah, it's just a sign of the times we're in, and I think more people are willing and not willing to do that. But yeah, I'll pass it over to John there to tie a ribbon in it there. Have a good one, Bob. And I hope that doesn't work out too costly for you. EI3 Golf Romeo Bravo. You go out to 5 Juliet November Mike in the group down to Oscar November 8 Echo India.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bob. I know you're going, but it was great. I just heard your voice and I knew it was you. Sounds very Irish. EI3GRB ON80I. Any copy from Belgium, Bob? Over.
Yeah, no bother, Sean. Good morning to you. EI3GRB in the group. Yeah, 5 and 9, no bother. I was listening to you further up there, and I just broke in to Alan there, and I brought him up 5. And I had a little chat with him, and then Dave dropped into us and asked me down here, so that's what's happening. I was going to drop back down to there. I couldn't hear ACLB there, but 5 and 9, John, no bother at all. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I just brought the beam up towards you, and I'll bring it back to Dave when you clear down. But you're nearly you're 15. I think nearly 20 over with me now. Over.
Yeah, well, sure. Just conditions there. Only on about 60 to 70 watts on the hex beam there. And yeah, it's coldish enough here. It's 10 degrees at the moment. And we could really do it. I was just saying to Dave there, we could really do with some of that weather we had 2 or 3 weeks ago at this stage. We need to, but there you go. Okay, John, I'll let yourself and Dave have a natter there, and sure we'll catch up later. The bands, all the bands are good for short skip. And I'll just say to Dave, if you ever want to check, if you just check my QRZ page, there's a link there which usually tells if I'm on air, if you want to drop in, John. ON80I EI3GRB with EI5JNM. 73.
Yeah, take care, and remember what I said in that message, Bob, over.
Yeah. I do, yeah. But there's other things happening as well, John. I think you know there. I have to get the old body sorted first, over.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, well, get your alternator serviced or sorted out, and we keep in touch. But sounding great in Belgium. I'll put it back to you, Bob, and then I'll go back to Dave. EI3GRB ON80I. Great hearing you, Bob. Over.
Are you still there, John?
Yeah, I'm coming back now to Spain, Dave. So, Dave, I'm transmitting from the call center. Over.
Yeah. John, it's not a million miles away. I see where you're coming from. I take it you're still on Rolly 4, are you, John?
Yeah, Rolly 4, and I haven't touched anything. Over.
Yeah, no worries. 73, Bob, if you're still by there. Bob's having a bit of trouble there with the alternator. I hope that's not too costly for him. Yeah, I think really, I think it's very good value, this headset, John. Have you much ferrite on it there? Have you clipped things on?
Zero, nothing. Over.
It doesn't seem that susceptible to RF there. I have lots of it there, so then again, you've a properly grounded shack there. I'm up here on the second floor of the building with no options really to ground. Not even any radiators here, because in Spain they don't do radiators. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, they don't need them at the moment anyway. But that's it. Anyway, I was down with Liam. I had quite a long conversation with Liam. Yeah, he was very loud. Over.
Yeah, ON80I EA5JNM for ID. Well, I tell you, Bob does really well there. 60, 71. There he was at times of it getting 10 over there on the second team. What a fantastic station there, over.
Yeah, Roger, and set up by himself, he did well. And of course, Dave in Sligo, he's up and running now. Over.
I'm so happy about that. So happy he finally conquered that Elbrick. And I was just around with that other software he's using there one time. Not a million miles away from Thesis, and the most important part is you have the NR2, over.
Yeah, well, that's the one he wanted because of the noise in his locality, Dave. Over.
Oh, you're coming up nicely now. Are you swinging the beam around to me still? Is it just on me now? You're heading for the strawberry patch now, John.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, you're in the strawberry patch. You're 20 over. No, just conditions. Over.
Yeah, very, very, very weird conditions. All right. John, I spent the better part of an hour cleaning the neatest car yesterday. Even I have the rubber mat and all. I was able to get basically the streets they're a bit narrow here, single lane, and finally a space opened up onto the front door. So I ran down to the port, brought the car up, and parked it in there because I couldn't. I took down the Karcher Hoover, and I tell you, even when I was working up in the airport in the car rental, they used to, I used to clean the odd car when the car wash guy would be swamped, and you'd have customers waiting at the desk, and someone just brought the car back late or something. But I'll tell you, I've never seen such a filthy car. Like, oh my God! Start the car now. If you'd have brought it back late to us in the airport, we'd have charged you for the cleaning, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, but you've had good fun with it. And the conditions have taken a dive. Yeah, I was on late, and I didn't even set my clock to get up. So normally I wake up at 7. I didn't wake up till 8:15. And I was on last night with Billy, GI3NVW. That's who I started with. That was around from about midnight on 20 meters, and I saw a big signal on the scope, and I went down and I had a good chat with him and Gary. I wondered if you've spoken with Gary, EI3GRB, over.
Oh, I have, yeah, I have, yeah. I know him and NI through US Eamon there. Got a few times Eamon there. I watched a little video clip there, John. Yeah, I was actually on the sofa there. I missed that, otherwise I'd have bounced in. I'm watching this new great show called Department Q. I'm not really one for the cop shows. It's very well written. It's based in Edinburgh there, so I was doing a bit of binging on that, and then where did I go? I was late night chatterboxing with Shane, but of course at 40, his bird band EA5JNM. So the mark didn't come on. He was particular bird rate of 40. I recently think 20 is much better than 40 recently late at night, over.
Oh yeah, yeah, but it was nice because everyone could hear each other, over.
That's the main thing, yeah, that's the main thing, that everyone can hear everyone, yeah, that's fantastic. So, yeah, you don't use the ferrite on the Jabra, very interesting, yeah, very interesting. A couple of winders on the Jabra. I give serious consideration to find another one of these. They really are fabulous. I want to try another headset there, because I had sound card issues on the old tower I used to use. The headset business was a bit of a disaster, but I'd like to revisit another headset I have there now that I'm using, the little D-Link Mini. The sound card is sort of neutral on this, whereas the other one had all this kind of weird built into it, surround sound. And I think it was activating itself, making things sound very, very strange. But what's the plan for today? Salt mines today, or are you have your time for the antennas?
No, I have the 40 meter it still works, but I was out yesterday before I went to the salt mine, and I was just looking up and I noticed that one of the legs of the 40 meter dipole double bazooka, it was lying on the trees. It wasn't in the air. So I think that we've had a lot of heavy wind, and the bungee, and I'm going to change it now. I'm going to take away the bungee. I have stainless steel springs, over.
Oh wow, that sounds very nice. Yeah, I love the 40 meter bazooka. I had one in Kildare. Oh, and then I think I got an 80 meter one as well there, eventually, or another 40-80. The trap with the bazooka. Sorry, I have two of them up in the shed, so I have a 10 and a 20. That's about all I could squeeze into this QTH. And I just love the signal to noise ratio on them. And they're just fabulous. You really can hear the weak stations on them there. It's great job around to put that up. The only dream of that there. Yeah, I'm going up to 5QN there. Main Nancy there as a I really wanted to up there when I go EA5 Nancy there, but I'm going up to Almark's house later.